I've got something that is close to heart, really. I've got something from Tom Herbert, Accounting Web. He has done an article on the fact that payroll software has gaps in reporting maternity pension contribution. Now, the reason this is close to heart is that we identified this in my family and then reported this back to an accountancy firm and got that rectified, not only for my wife, but then for other people in that firm. But it also happened in the firm I was at, in that we've got this issue where payroll software typically is automatically calculating pension contribution based on your earnings. Now, when you go on maternity leave, your earnings automatically drop, right? Because you're going down to statutory maternity pay, but your pension contributions shouldn't. They should be based on what you are, what I guess should be paid as a gross pay level, because that's what you're contracted on. But no payroll software out there seems to have automatically built it into the system to flag this. And as a payroll professional nowadays, you're doing so many payrolls like all the time, trying to think of everything specific thing you need to know. This gets missed quite frequently. I'm not saying everyone misses it. You know, there are those that are manually adjusting this, and you have to manually adjust it because the system isn't doing that automatically. But it's frequent, it's prolific out there. So if you are an accountancy firm out there that runs payrolls, please talk to your payroll team, make sure that they are ensuring the pension contributions for those on maternity are what they were before they went into maternity leave, and also feed this back to your payroll provider. Now, it's not just single provider we're singling out here. I think even in the article, they flagged that BrightPay, Deal, Employment Hero, Intuit, Rippling, Sage, and Xero don't have this. They do not keep the maternity pension contributions at the level they should be. So to all payroll providers, payroll systems, this is something you need to build in. This is fundamental. It is a problem like throughout. The amount of errors that are going to be out there for understating pension contributions for those on maternity pay is going to be prolific. Please address it in your system. It can't be that complex. Just look at what the gross pay should be before and then apply it going forward. I say that, not fully understand the complexities of the software, but it is a problem, right? It's a regulatory problem. Oh God, I can't talk today. But yeah, please address it.
Well, so I'm clearly so out of touch, Ryan, that I didn't even realize this was an issue, to be perfectly honest. And so I think you're absolutely right. I think there will be many people in accounting practices and potentially also in payroll bureaus who are unaware of this issue. And I guess this is one of the demonstrations of like why it helps to not just rely on the software when you're doing a lot of the work that we do in our roles, but also to actually employ a professional who understands some of the nuances and some of the challenges, and also will then hopefully have spotted some of these things. I do have a question which I guess neither of us would maybe be able to answer, but I guess for those people who say salary sacrifice their pension contributions, what kind of complexity does that add when you go on maternity leave or paternity leave, potentially, like you say, particularly when you drop down to the statutory rates? Because I know if you're doing salary sacrifice and you're close to minimum wage, you obviously can't drop your salary below minimum wage through salary sacrifice. And I don't know, I honestly don't know if there's a similar kind of restriction on statutory payments as well, and whether or not that just makes this whole problem even more complicated than it potentially could be.
Well, I don't think you can reduce your salary below statutory payments, like for salary sacrifice. And I think you'd take the higher of the two. I don't know though for certain, but from a software perspective, that's easier to do because from a salary sacrifice perspective, the software is already there. It already handles that. It puts what the pensionable pay level is. The problem is as soon as you go to statutory, right, that pensionable pay level just plummets. And the system needs to kind of know that actually, which should be at this level, when we've gone to statutory, it's just the amount that's being paid is lower, but the calculation for anything that's pension is based on the original salary. And I would say that I'm not blaming software providers because so many payroll professionals and accountants out there are also oblivious to it. It got flagged, and then I guess in the firm I was at, and then once it was flagged, it was like, yeah, this doesn't look right. Once it was checked and validated, obviously it took a little while to do that. Oh, yeah, this has been done wrong. And then similarly, it seems to be not just in one firm. This goes beyond and probably throughout the entire sector to some extent. So if there's anything that we have done apart from just tech insights, hopefully we're advising on regulations, right, and compliance. So make sure as a firm you are checking that you're doing this correctly.
It's a brave new world for the podcast. Who'd have thought it? Oh my word.